Picture Alaska, snowy mountains, icy air, and wandering through it all, the mighty moose. These giants roam the forests and sometimes even stroll through town, their antlers like bony trees. Now imagine glancing up and seeing a moose tumbling from the sky. Sounds ridiculous, right? But Alaska actually has a law: you cannot push a live moose from a moving airplane. People laugh and wonder, why would anyone need such a rule? The answer is a quirky mix of small-town fun, wild rumors, and a legendary misunderstanding. The story behind this law is as strange as the law itself. It's a tale that started with a festival, a joke, and a lot of moose droppings. The legend of the flying moose has become a favorite piece of trivia, sparking laughter and disbelief everywhere. But no one was ever tossing moose from planes. The truth is much weirder, and a lot more fun. To get to the bottom of this, we need to travel to a little Alaskan town called Talkeetna. There, a festival and a misunderstanding would launch one of the strangest laws in America. So, how did a joke about moose poop become a law about flying moose? Let's find out. This is where our story begins. Welcome to Talkeetna, Alaska, a town famous for its creativity and its moose-dropping festival. No, they weren't dropping moose. They were dropping moose droppings, yes, dried painted pellets of moose poop. The festival was a lottery: buy a ticket, get a spot on a giant target, and hope a numbered dropping released from a helicopter lands on your square. It was all about fun, laughter, and celebrating the quirks of Alaskan life. The whole town joined in parades, music, food, and plenty of moose poop jokes. Tourists loved it, locals loved it, and the moose? They had no idea. But the festival's name, Moose Dropping Festival, was confusing to outsiders. If you didn't get the joke, you might think Talkeetna was dropping actual moose from the sky. That little misunderstanding would soon spiral out of control. The double meaning of dropping planted the seed for a wild rumor. As word spread, the story got stranger. The people of Talkeetna knew the truth, but the rest of the world was about to get the wrong idea, and that's when things got weird. As the festival's fame grew, so did the confusion. Outsiders heard Moose Dropping Festival and imagined live moose plummeting from the sky. The story snowballed. Suddenly, Talkeetna was accused of animal cruelty. Animal rights groups protested, horrified by the idea of airborne moose. The town tried to explain, it's just poop. But the rumor was unstoppable. The more they denied it, the more people believed something shady was going on. The festival, once a beloved tradition, became a PR nightmare. Eventually, the pressure forced Talkeetna to cancel the event. A harmless joke had turned into a national scandal. The legend of the flying moose was now bigger than the festival itself. And soon, it would leap from rumor to law, all because of a misunderstanding and a really good story. But Alaska wasn't done with the flying moose just yet. With rumors swirling, Alaska's lawmakers stepped in. Concerned citizens and activists demanded action, even though no moose had ever been pushed from a plane. To calm the outrage, Alaska passed a law. It's illegal to push a live moose from a moving airplane. The law addressed a problem that never existed, but it sent a clear message. Alaska cares about its wildlife. It was legislative theater, a way to reassure the public and restore the state's reputation. The law became a quirky symbol, a monument to a rumor that got out of hand. Today it still exists, making people laugh and wonder how such a rule ever came to be. It's proof that sometimes, stories are more powerful than facts. A festival about moose poop had created a law about flying moose, and the legend was now written into Alaska's legal code. All because of a joke, a rumor, and a very persistent misunderstanding. The flying moose had landed in the law books. Alaska's flying moose law is a perfect example of how stories shape our rules. Most laws solve real problems. But this one was born from a legend. Lawmakers weren't stopping moose pushing, they were calming public fears. The law became a symbol. We care about animals even if the threat is imaginary. The story of the flying moose was just too good to ignore. The law made the legend feel real, and the legend made the law unforgettable. It's a funny reminder that sometimes the stories we tell become more powerful than the truth. This law is a quirky footnote in history, a punchline with a purpose. It shows that laws aren't just about logic, they're about people, emotions, and the wild tales we believe. In Alaska, a joke became a law, and a law became a legend. And that's what makes this story so unforgettable. So what can we learn from Alaska's flying moose law? First, words matter. What's funny to one person can be shocking to another. Context is everything. Without it, a joke can become a scandal. Weird laws reveal the humor, history, and heart of a place. They remind us that rules are made by real people living in a messy, surprising world. The flying moose law is a lesson in communication, curiosity, and double-checking the facts. In the age of viral stories, it's more important than ever to ask, is this really true? Behind every strange law, there's probably an even stranger story, and thankfully, Alaska's moose are safe on the ground where they belong. Sometimes the weirdest rules have the best stories.